All right, let's talk about Daredevil Born Again. The third episode just dropped yesterday on Tuesday on Disney Plus. It's called The Hollow of His Hand. Now, if you guys want to watch a spoiler free reaction, you guys can check out my review for the two episode premiere of Daredevil, which is available on my page now. This episode, I'm going to dive into spoilers, but usually for a new show, I like to do the first episode premiere non spoiler so you guys can get my initial reaction to the show. But for the following episodes will be spoiler filled. So if you guys are not caught up in Daredevil Born Again, Season 1, Episode 3, please stop watching as we are going to dive into spoilers. So the last episode, Matt had just beaten up those cops and he is kind of in trouble himself. He's talking to Hector Ayala before his trial, who's talking about in Puerto Rico how there's these beautiful frogs that make this wonderful sound that he loves. One thing I wanted to ask you guys if you noticed this too, but in the opening titles, his horn doesn't come back at the end. Like, if he's being reborn, wouldn't his horn be replaced up there? But maybe they're not, or I'm not seeing it clearly enough. But curious if you guys can tell if that horn is still there on his head in that opening title sequence at the end. But anyways, back to Matt and his encounter with the cops, who approaches him in the bathroom and kind of threatens him, but Matt threatens him right back and says he'll see him in court. His cop friend Cherry goes and gets the drug addicted witness to kind of stand on trial for Hector. Later, we even see the cop guy try to stop Cherry from getting the witness to the court in time, but thankfully they had a decoy. But I was surprised the cop was able to get there that quickly because he was just in court not that long ago telling his side of the story. But of course, the damn witness gets scared from all the cops that he sees there and pussies out basically and lies and says he was never there. And of course that infuriates us and Matt, of course. Victoria and Fisk are still having their issues and sorting stuff out before and during therapy, but clearly their relationship everywhere is going awry. After Matt kind of realizes they're losing, he pulls the white tiger mask out and confronts Hector. And I love the little side huddle the judge and the two lawyers have. But they kind of settle down, and well, the two lawyers don't. You know, they're still after each other's necks. But I love the one thing that the guy said about being fair and or not being fair because the trial will not be fair because he's Puerto Rican was very powerful for me for the BB show or whatever it's called. But yeah, Hector was like, that wasn't your secret to tell, but it's all they have right now. I did like that they had all the kind of people who had witnessed the White Tiger come on trial and give their side of the story of how he's a hero. Even the cops had their side of the story too, and how the White Tiger helped the cops. Matt had a really good angle, and of course this asshole pulls the everything he said was gruesome. Like, he didn't need to describe how someone gets killed on a train so viscerally, and kept saying like heroes don't hide. But dude, he wasn't hiding. He wasn't wearing his mask, and he also wasn't purposely trying. He wasn't trying to hurt anybody. And like, again, with his history, why would he try to hurt two cops? It doesn't make sense. His thing didn't make sense, and thankfully, he wins the case, the Hector Ayala, and big victory. But at the same time, seeing all the angry people's faces in the courtroom on the cop side is scary because Hector's immediately a target and his family is too. And that's certainly what I was scared for. Fisk says he wants to meet with BB again, or whatever her name is, through Michael Gandolfini's character. We get to see White Tiger suit up again with his amulet and walk out to save some crime. But unfortunately, out of the shadows, a dark figure shoots him right in the head, and he falls down dead. And this is all kind of being intercut with Fisk talking to BB about how he made a commitment to keeping mass vigilantes off the street. And of course it cuts back to reveal that it was the Punisher who in fact killed White Tiger, which is extremely shocking and exciting and makes me curious as to how this is going to go. You know, did Fisk hire the Punisher? Does, like, you know, what's his side of the story? So, very sad. Very sad, beautiful episode. I thought the courtroom trial was really well done. You know, it was kind of like how Joker 2 should have been. Like, it was just like a much more exciting, interesting courtroom drama that I still felt had an, you know, action and suspense and comedy. You know, it did everything really well. This episode was really well written. I loved it. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Very just sad that in real life, Camaro de los Reyes, who plays Hector Ayala, has passed away. And it seemed like a rough way to go out, but it was... Oh, and playing the frog sounds he was talking about in the end, I feel like it... And he talks about how it... In his story, he talked about how the sound would bring others. And I think he's certainly the frog in this story, and the others is Matt putting his suit back on to kind of, you know, fight for what the White Tiger was fighting to, and be the heroes that we need. And again, I'm curious to see how Punisher fits into all of this. So, very, very intrigued. I love this show. Can't wait to watch more. So do you think, real quick, that Foggy is coming back? Do you think White Tiger could come back this season at least? Not season 2, since we know he's passed away. But with Foggy, there was somebody had pointed out that the number on their office or apartment was the same number as an issue of Daredevil where Foggy fakes his own death. That seems pretty plausible. They could easily do that. The only thing that I thought about for the White Tiger was he's wearing an amulet. Because in the comics, his amulet, it grants enhanced strength, speed, coordination, agility, durability, and healing, as well as martial arts mastery. Do you think that because he was wearing the amulet, he could recover from a gunshot to the head? That's what I'm curious about. Would love to hear your guys' theories, but, you know, I don't want anything to take away too much from a beautiful death scene in a film or a show. You know, there's certainly a balance of how much you do that, because honestly, if you think about it, there's always a way to, if they wanted to, they could find a way to bring back a character. You know, they tend to do that in movies and shows, especially Marvel stuff. But again, we'd love to hear what you guys thought. Let me know down below. Stay tuned for more, as we'll definitely be continuing to review this show, so stay tuned for next Tuesday. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.